And I'm sharing a very special sweet treat with you today, something that comes from my hometown, my home place, and something that I really enjoyed growing up as a kid. So we are making today, as you would have seen from the title, a salted caramel self-saucing pudding. Now, I know all around the world, most places don't know what the heck I'm talking about. But basically today what we're making is an ultimate comfort food, something that's really enjoyed during the cooler months. Basically, it's like a steamed pudding, and it's steamed in its own flavorful sauce, which creates this incredible, luscious, velvety sauce at the end of the cooking process. Super easy to prepare, and yeah, I just wanted to jump on here, as I do every Wednesday at 10 o'clock, and share it with you. So I'm just gonna make sure I can see you folks online. So if you're watching live, say hello. If you have any questions for me, pop them in the comments so I can answer them for you. Alrighty. Coolio. All right, so I can see you online. So now we can get started with the recipe. So, and all the ingredients that we'll be needing for this recipe. It actually doesn't have any special ingredients. You can do it completely without special ingredients. I am going to be using one today which is optional, so you don't have to. It's just going to take the texture to the next level, so you will get an even better texture. But in saying that, it's absolutely delicious either way. So to get started, I've already prepared all of my ingredients. Oh, we've got someone watching live. So say hello. All right, so I'm going to start preparing the wet mix for our cake, because it's a two-part for this recipe. We create the sauce and we create the cake, and then we combine everything together and pop it in the oven. So I do have one in the oven, so we might have to take a quick little 10-second break while I get the other one out. So I wanted it to be nice and hot to show you guys, because that's how it is served. All right, so let's bring you down here. So I am, as I mentioned, preparing the wet mix for my cake today. So basically, all you need for the wet mix is I have already measured out my plant milk here, and you can use any type of plant milk. I'm using soy milk today, but in saying that, you can use absolutely any that you like. And then to that, we also are adding some vegan honey. Now, if you guys want to learn how to make vegan honey, we did this on the channel a couple of weeks ago. So do check that out. After this video, I will also link that one in the description as well. So if you're watching this recorded, it should already be in the description box for you folks. Okay, so I'm going to give that a bit of a mix. And today we are using panis eggs. So that's a whole egg replacer. Now, as I mentioned, you don't have to use it. It is optional. It just gives it even better texture to the cake. So we're just going to mix that up. Give it a bit of a whisk. Mixy, mixy. Get the rest of this powder out. And then we also want some vanilla essence. I was out of vanilla essence, but I do have this vanilla powder, which is really common here in Greece. I know in Germany as well, they often use it too. So some type of vanilla flavoring. And we are just whisking that all together. There's not many ingredients in this recipe either. There's only really, really simple ingredients. So it is something nice that you can make for the family during the week. So, all right, we're going to set this aside. So while we are doing that, as I mentioned, this is a salted caramel pudding. So basically, pudding in Commonwealth nations means dessert, cake in a beautiful, luscious, velvety caramel sauce. So we, of course, need to make our caramel sauce component. Now, this is really easy. We're actually going to be using coconut milk today. And again, a little bit of that vegan honey, which I've measured out into my saucepan here, along with some sugar and some water. And then you're also going to need to grab yourself some vegan margarine. You can use the soft or the firm one, it really doesn't matter. Okay. So you can see what is going on over here. We're going to start making our caramel. So we're just going to get our hot plate on here. And we're going to start melting that down. So while that is melting down and turning into a lovely caramel, I also have my second measurement of vegan margarine here, and I am going to just pop that into the microwave. We're going to melt this. And that's going to be part. The other part is melt that down. All right, let's see if I can get you guys both in. Oops, so you can see me too. So tell me online, have you guys heard of a self-sourcing pudding before? I want to know. And if you do know what a self-sourcing pudding, what is your favorite flavor? I know growing up, my favorite was we have something called golden syrup, and my mum used to do a golden syrup one, which is very, very similar to this. And yeah, my other favorite is chocolate too. Oh, we have Sanjita watching live. Hi, Sanjita. Sanjita is one of my ex-students. She's from India. So Sanjita, tell me, do you have any type of like hot desserts that you have in India? Oh, I'm just checking. I just checked my timer on the other one we have cooking. It's got 10 minutes. Oh, hello. She's still thinking about it, I think. All right. Oh, she has a lot of them. Kheer. Oh, that sounds nice. What's kheer? Tell me what kheer is. See, it's so fascinating having all these people from all around the world, and we get to learn lots of different types of desserts. And that's what I want to share with you guys too. So this is something from Commonwealth nations, often very common in Australia, UK, South Africa, New Zealand. So Sanjita is telling me kheer is a type of rice pudding, so like a hot pudding. And I guess yeah, I love rice pudding. Rice pudding is delicious. It's made from milk and rice, delicious. All right, so our caramel sauce is going nicely. We want to just cook this down until it starts turning a nice amber color, and then we're going to deglaze it with our coconut cream here. So I'm just going to open this up so we have it ready. It's winter here right now, so it's all, my coconut cream's very firm, as you can see. But it's all good, it's going to melt in there. So in the meantime, we can get busy with the rest of our the cake component. So we already did the wet ingredient, so this is going to be the dry ingredient. So we have in the bowl here just some all-purpose flour or plain flour for my folks in the UK and Australia. We also have some sugar and some baking powder. So that's it. I'm just going to sift these. And whenever I'm doing pastry, I always like to sift onto a sheet of baking paper, or you can even use like a mat or something. So I'm just going to get myself a sheet of baking paper here. And you can always reuse that too, see? Oh, we have some more made from rice. Oh yeah, we saw that message before. All right. We're going to get our baking paper here. I'm just keeping an eye out on my caramel because I don't want it to burn. And yeah, so you can kind of see, there we go. You can kind of get a bit of everything in here. Okay, so I'm just going to sift my dry ingredients. There was a pinch of salt in there too for my dry ingredients. After all, we're making a salted caramel self-saucing pudding. That's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? Try and say that 5 times in a row. Alrighty, so we're just going to pop that back into our bowl here. And I have my other wet stuff here, my melted butter and my milk and the egg replacer in there. Okay, so it looks really good, my caramel here. Look, you don't need to use a thermometer. I've just got one here, but it's going to be around 100. It's going to get to about 150 degrees when you're at the right temperature. There we go, so you can see. So it's smelling great. Nice amber color. Now you want to be super careful, guys, at this stage. So just turn the heat down to about a medium, and we're going to slowly start adding in our coconut cream, because it will very, very hot. I remember one of my students telling me she was making caramel and she was wearing thongs. She said that was the last time she was ever going to make caramel wearing thongs, because she got it on her toe and burnt her toe. All right, so we're just deglazing right now, which means we're just melting all of the caramel. So what will happen as when you add the coconut cream, as I just did then, the sugar will seize up, and you just need a little bit of time for it to melt back down. So I'm just trying to get the heat up just a little bit more. Oh, it smells so good. All right, so while that's doing its thing over there, we are going to finish off our cake component. And I have got myself a baking dish here. This is a half-sheet cake pan. But you can just, usually you would use a casserole dish, that's more common. This is just what I have here, so that's what I'm going to use. And basically all we need to do is add our wet ingredients. So those were the butter that we melted, and also that plant milk, which had the egg replacer, the vanilla, and our vegan honey inside. And if you're just catching us now, the vegan honey, you will find the recipe for the vegan honey on our YouTube channel as well. We just did it a couple of weeks ago, and just adding a tablespoon or two of that to your cake is going to make it super, super moist. Just makes that crumb more delicate. All right, this is looking good. I'm going to switch this off. I'm just going to add my butter to my caramel right now. Or vegan margarine, vegan butter, vegan margarine, whatever you have. And of course, it wouldn't be a salted caramel without salt. So we're going to add some of our salt, a very big pinch of salt. And you want it, there's also in the recipe, it calls for a little extra water in the caramel sauce as well. Because remember, when we bake it, it's all going to soak into. Just going to turn that back on. There we go. Melt the rest of that down. All right, so we are mixing our cake. I'll bring you guys down, you can see a little bit better. Here we go. So I'm just mixing up my cake here. Just with my spatula. You want to mix it until it's just combined. Just kind of folding everything together. And this is a nice basic vanilla sponge cake, nice vegan vanilla sponge cake. Nothing fancy about it, just really easy. Alrighty, so we're going to get this going into our prepared dish, which I have already greased. Oh, that caramel sauce smells great. And as I was mentioning, this is a fantastic dessert to have during the winter months. And it's so easy, it's a nice family dessert too. I don't know about you guys, but for lockdown, I know a lot of people have kind of been stuck. And where they are, where they're different parts of the world. I can say that I'm certainly one of them. And I have my own family here, my adopted family. And on Sundays, we have a Sunday family dinner. And this is what I made a couple of weeks ago, and it was such a hit that I thought, let's bring it onto the channel. So yeah, wherever you guys are around the world, if you've adopted a family, or you've got some friends that you or neighbor or something that you might hang out with for dinner, this is a nice dessert to make. Okay, so I'm just evening this out with my offset spatula. Now this part is going to seem really, really weird because we're going to pour that caramel sauce that we just made over the top. All right. But to do that, we don't want to just pour it directly from this saucepan. I'm going to like spoon it over. Oh, I can hear the alarm. That means that our other pudding is ready. What great timing. I'm going to go grab that. You can bring that out. All right. Oh, it looks great. All right, guys. So my cake's out of the oven. I'm not going to show you just yet because we're going to finish doing this one. All right, so we're going to continue getting all of our beautiful caramel sauce on. And as I said, you just want to be gentle. Just use your spoon. You can also get the spoon like this and just very, very gently pour it. So we're kind of pouring it down the spoon. There we go. And it seems like a lot of sauce, but I promise you, when it's in the oven, it will thicken up. And we even enjoyed this cold the next day. It was so yummy. All right. All right, so this one, guys, is going to go into the oven for 30 minutes at 180 degrees. Okay, so I'm going to pop this one in, and then we can go and check on the other one. So we'll get this one into our oven. I know you can't see it. But yeah, as I said, 180. You don't want to use a fan. Just 180, about 30 minutes, and you will be good to go. So, we're going to show you this is the one that we cooked. Look at that. It kind of like is in an island of caramel sauce. Let's bring you down, you can have a closer look here. It's like an island of caramel sauce. So luscious and delicious. Luscious and delicious. And if you like, you can also get a little bit of icing sugar and pop a little bit over the top. Yum, yum, yum. Oh, that's my oven. Just got up to temperature. There we are. All right, it's ready to go. So our other one is cooking. So let's serve this up. I want to give it a go. We can give it a try. So I've got a nice plate here. And because we did use the coconut for our caramel, I thought it would be nice to serve it with the coconut chips. So this is a very rustic dessert. Oh, that cake looks delicious. It's so light and fluffy. There we go. And often this is served with ice cream. Let's get a bit more of that luscious sauce. I'm just going to tilt this so we can kind of get some of the sauce. Oh, there it is. Look at that. Yum. Oh. Look at that, guys. So you want to let this sit for about 5-10 minutes, I find is the best. And then that's going to thicken up more. And then you have a beautiful, lush, salted caramel pudding. So I'm going to give this a try right now. Let's give this a go. Smells delicious. Just digging in there. Oh, the cake looks nice and moist. Bon appetit. Oh, it's so hot. Guys, give this recipe a try. Let me know what you think. I think I'm going to have another bite. This is so good. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. I have lots of pudding here. I think I'm going to have this for my breakfast this morning. So, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to our channel. And if you want to learn more about vegan pastry, vegan cuisine, you can join our online training programs. We have many available online. So, yeah, if you have any questions, please just pop them in the comment section. If you have any questions about this video or about anything about vegan pastry or panache, and I will see you next week, same time, Wednesdays at 10 a.m. for another video. I'll see you then. Bye.